you are the owner of a classic, vintage or veteran motorcycle, then the seafront at Lyme Regis for the 15th annual Coast to Coast run from Lyme Regis to Weston-Super-Mare, organised by the Westlands Classic Motorcycle Club. We have nearly 300 entrants signed on today and over 100 marshals to shepherd this mobile museum on its way. Coast to Coast, very much a family affair. Here's Carol and Emma Hayward doing the signing on.
Call now for those people that haven't yet signed on. Please make your way to the signing on area, which is situated by the Cockgate Fish Bar.
Club Chairman Clive Cooper doing his bit as signpost at the entry to the harbour car park here. It's only about 8:30 in the morning, so a lot of people have arrived early and are having a good breakfast in the nearby seafront cafes.
It's great to see so many people down on the seafront here at Lyme Regis this morning.
Henry Pinney arriving for duty, one of Tony's lieutenants.
Go out onto the road run.
One of the delights of the Coast to Coast is that it caters for pre-war machines, and we have nearly 20 pre-war machines entered this year. They will start the run at about 9:45. Lovely old cotton. That's a very rare machine. Sunbeam Lion. We will see this machine on the road later on. It was in absolute pristine condition and I think was my favourite for the day.
We are hoping very much that those of you who live locally will come in and see us at the day centre.
In the background there you can see the famous cob of Lyme Regis, where the film The French Lieutenant's Woman was filmed back in the 70s, I think it was. Number one is our oldest machine entered today. That's Brian Pope's 1922 Royal Enfield 180 combination. 8 horsepower. And here's Helen Beer, once again turning up to marshal. The Marshals meeting, as I've said, we've got over 100 marshals here. It's Paul Dyer, another of Tony's lieutenants, greeting the marshals, and Chris Budderscombe, a third lieutenant.
stop, I'll point where I want you to stop. Chris will make sure you stop there, and we'll pull off again. And the one that's then behind Chris, if you can come in front of him.
We have marshals who come from all over the southern part of England, some travelling as much as 100 miles to come and do their bit for the Western Classic Motorcycle Club on the day. So thank you very much for all your support.
Three recovery vehicles which will be following on.
Town crier practicing, getting ready for the start of the run.
It's the 14th year, I think, isn't it? The first one I've done was 1986, which was the first one.
And what do you enjoy about this?
It's a nice ride across Somerset, obviously. Very picturesque run, well organised, and look at the weather. Apart from one, we've had one really bad wet one. But apart from that, we've had very good runs every year.
And our customary cat. We always seem to get a cat in our videos these days.
I can't kick the Norton down.
Oh, brilliant. Yeah, one of our favourites. Yeah, I got my gorilla on the back of my bike, so I got company all the way.
One of the delights of these old runs is that there's always somebody who has a bit of a problem. So that everyone can gather round and offer advice and help to get everyone going again.
Well, my bike isn't old enough yet for the ride itself, so we decided that we'd like to take part in it, so that's why we went in for the marshalling. Yeah. We've had good fun out of it every year.
Now at 9:30, and the first of the point marshals are going out to stand at all the road junctions to make sure everybody goes in the right direction. And Lyme Regis always managed to provide some sort of display for us, and this year they have the lifeboat out. Tony Haywood, the event organiser here, with the mayor and the town crier.
Well, we provide support for head injured people and their families and carers. People who've been involved in a road traffic accident, for instance, or an industrial accident. We come down here because the Coast to Coast race supports our charity and supports it wonderfully well, both with donations and with the street collecting. So it's a great day for us. Well, it must be nearly 10 years now, or 7 or 8 years, and already the sum raised just from this event alone is over £12,000. That's not including today's support. So as you can see, the bikers involved in this are extremely generous, very supportive of our work.
The Westlands Motorcycle Club stage their annual Coast to Coast run. Welcome the motorcyclists to Lyme Regis today. As I put in the programme, I did book the weather. It's ideal for your run today, which is far better than the first one I done when you and I got absolutely wet through, and Phil fortunately wasn't here, and he's pretty fast. I wish you all a safe journey.
And I'll hand you over now to Clive Cooper, the chairman of the Westlands Motorcycle Club.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for all being here today. Gentlemen, first group, that's the first 50 motorcycles. If you start your engines, please.
And the first group departs Lyme Regis for Axminster. Coast to Coast run has become a 3 counties event now, because it starts in Dorset, goes over the border to Devon, and finishes up in Somerset, over at Weston-Super-Mare. Moving on to the old market town of Axminster. Bikes make a lovely sound as they go through these towns, gently throbbing away. And here's the George Hotel, a very famous 18th century chain of hotels, later taken over by Basil Fawlty and recently sold to Fatty Arbuckles, I think. The coffee stop is held at Westlands Sports and Social Club, which is where the Westland Classic Motorcycle Club meets every month on the fourth Wednesday. So if there are any local people who would like to come and join us, fourth Wednesday of the month at Westlands Sports Club in Yeovil, we'd be very pleased to see you. We've got a lovely shot here of all the bikes here at the coffee stop. Probably nearly 400 machines, entrants and marshals. Everyone making their way inside for their coffee and a sticky bun. Lovely old pre-war Norton International. That's a BSA Gold Flash.
I see the Clive replica.
And one of our regular supporters who has his own specially modified motorcycle to take his wheelchair. The sticky buns seem to be disappearing fast here. And here's yours truly trying to sell some Spirit of the 60s videos. The last of the entrants make their way out of the Westland Sports Club at Yeovil, heading now for the lunch stop at Wells. We have some regular international entrants who come nearly every year from the south of Germany.
My name is Uwe Füllhaas.
And you're from Osnabrück?
Yes, Osnabrück, Germany.
And are you enjoying the run?
Yes, it's the best run I know. That's the reason why we come over from year to year.
So you've done this run before?
Yeah, 9 times before. And I will come again and again and again.
Mine's a 1924 2 3/4 Douglas 3-speed gearbox, all chain drive.
Mine's Triumph 1923 Triumph Model H 4 horsepower with belt drive. Coming out of Lyme Regis, the belt was slipping and I didn't really even get up the hill in the first place. So I had to stop and take a couple of teeth out of the drive belt and touch wood, it's been alright since.
It's been okay. I parked up at the top of the hill and went back to see Phil. Of course, everyone thought that I'd broken down at the top of the hill then and asked me what was wrong with my bike, but it was okay at that time.
I think there's a lot of variety here. You know, this is from our age right on to the late, early 60s. The route's very varied, and it's the same. Everybody here, I think, looks forward to meeting everybody else again each year. You know, everyone knows somebody else. It's a bit of a family atmosphere.
Thank you, Phil Webb and Jonathan Goodchild of the Taunton Classic Motorcycle Club for entering into the spirit of our event and dressing the part. My favourite machine again, number 12, that's Brian Shepherd from Bristol on his very immaculate 1933 Sunbeam Lion 600cc and VP sidecar. On their way to the stop here, the lunch stop in Wells, in the marketplace at Wells, just outside the cathedral. Tony Hayward checks with the local police just to make sure everything is running smoothly.
Yeah, it's all right. Everything's fine. Yeah, they're quite happy with how it's gone up here. It's brilliant start down at Lyme. As you know, the weather was nice. Nice bit you've had it all the way up. As far as I know, we've had no hassles. A few breakdowns, I think, but everybody's here safely, and there's been a lot out along the side of the road waving their hands and this, that, and the other. So they've had a trip down memory lane. Now, just the last bit to do, and then it's all pack up, go home and wait for next year, isn't it?
And all the motorcycles are lined up along the side of the moat around the palace.
Yes, I am. Yeah, it's a great run. Went last year as well.
This moat is often full of ducks, but for some reason there doesn't seem to be any around at the moment. Perhaps it's the duck shooting season.
So I like to see the countryside.
See the cathedral there off to the left. Here's our friend the Sunbeam Lion once again.
Done it for many years. First year I did it was the Accra run, and it was the wettest day I've ever rode on, I think. But, today's very nice.
Do you think the organisation is good?
Oh yes, it's brilliant. It's brilliant. Tony does a good job. I wouldn't like to organise it myself. It must be one big headache, I should think.
Oh, sorry, I didn't realise you were filming this tag.
Are you enjoying it?
Sorry?
Are you enjoying it?
Oh yeah, very much so, yeah.
What makes you enjoy it so much?
Oh, all the bikes, all the people. Just a wonderful day out, isn't it?
Yeah. Very friendly.
Very friendly, yeah.
Beautiful scenery.
So well organised, I think. It's always very friendly. It's a super run. Super run.
You sound like you do this one quite a lot.
Oh yes, we've done it. It's
Not as many as some people.
about 5 now, isn't it? About 5, yeah. It's,
And it's all in a good cause.
it's great.
Well, the milieu, everybody joining in, and all the motorbikes, and you know the noises and the smells and all these things.
You're not a born-again motorcyclist, are you?
I gave up motorcycling when I was 20, and I took it up again when I was 60. So there you go. Depends how you define a born-again motorcyclist.
Everyone replete after their lunch break. Some have eaten sandwiches, as you have seen on the lawn outside the Bishop's Palace, and some have used the local hostelries. And now everyone's back on the road for the final section to Weston-Super-Mare. Nice old Triumph Tiger Cab flying the flag. That's the Merchant Navy flag, isn't it? And here we are entering Cheddar Gorge, possibly the highlight of the run. I only do this part of the run once every 3 or 4 years, and I never cease to be amazed by how long the gorge is. You think you're going to be down it in a few minutes, and it just goes on and on and on.
Remember how long Cheddar Gorge is, it just goes on and on, doesn't it?
Arriving here at Weston-Super-Mare at the end of the day, the marshals start to catch the riders. Here we have the Norton Owners Club, who very kindly marshalled the Wales lunch stop for us, catching up and joining in the run. Marshall showing some economy of effort here, not having to wave his hand. And here's Carol Reese, very much at home in Weston, and she's going to be a naughty girl. Everyone getting the big hand as they arrive at Weston.
Very good.
It's the new chairman of the Norton Owners Club Bournemouth branch. It's Graham Brooks with his good lady, congratulating themselves on a job well done once again.
And the weather was great, and everything else with it. Brilliant.
Would you do it again?
Yes, I've done them all bar two. I missed the first one and the third one. That's it. It's nothing like it.
What about you, my dear?
Oh yes, I always come. Yeah. Wouldn't miss it.
Once again, nearly everyone has reached our final destination at Weston.
Lovely day today, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's very good
today.
What else can you say?
I'm Claire. I'm collecting for Headway now at the Coast to Coast event.
What do you like best about the Coast to Coast event?
Well, it's just being out in the sunny weather that I like.
And is it nice to see all the motorbikes?
Yes. Very, very nice here to see all the motorbikes and all the people here as well.
See, it blew up on me the other day coming down the motorway. I was moving a bit quickly. It lost compression, so just put a new piston in it.
Ray Creek riding one of the smallest machines on the run, and here is definitely my favourite machine, the Aston Martin of motorcycle specials. That's Dave Flanagan's Velocette Norton.
And they've got a website which is www.restore. Roy.
Weather was good, which is the main thing.
How was the bike?
Oh, that's better than me. Yeah, it goes quite well.
Well, this is it, man. It's just like knuckle is on that way.
The Mayor of Weston mingles amongst the bikes to have a good look round, as it is his choice of machine which wins one of our prizes. And here we have the Headway ladies working hard, providing some welcome sustenance at the end of the day in aid of the Headway charity.
All right, Robert, I'll put the money in.
From Lyme Regis, greetings and good wishes from Councillor Owen Lovell, the Mayor there, to you, sir, and to your lovely town, Weston-Super-Mare.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It gives me great pleasure to welcome you all to Weston-Super-Mare on the occasion of your 15th annual Coast to Coast run. I'm pleased that so many of you have made the trip, and I hope there are no casualties along the way.
Winner this year, number 48, Les Turner.
That was the Len Pratt Memorial Award for the best AJS or matchless.
The next award is the Michael Hunt Award, combined age, highest combined age of a solo machine and rider. Number 5, Sandy Sims. The machine's a 1927 BSA Sloper. Combined age of 139 years. It's a very old motorbike. Perhaps I shouldn't have said it's a 1927 BSA Sloper. Sidecar, three-wheeler and rider. Brian Pope. Number 1, Mr. Brian Pope. 1922, Royal Enfield, combination. 141 years. VMCC Somerset section. 36 entries from the Somerset section of the Vintage Motorcycle Club. Would the secretary please come forward? The Headway Award for the best supported local or one make club. The Taunton Classic Club has won it this year.
Chairman, this is Chairman Sylvia of the Taunton Classic Motorcycle Club, who once again have won the best supported local club entry.
The Mayor of Weston Choice.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, as I said, the choice was very difficult to make, but one had to be made, of course. There's always a winner and lots of losers. So my choice then for the machine that I would most like to own is number 141, owned by Les Roper, a 1958 Triumph Thunderbird.
Youngest lady entrant, 20. In this case, it's Entrance. Number 20 and number 254, all the way from Germany, Huey Pulhus and Kay Nyssen. Top Owners Club, if Neil Shoesmith would please come forward. They've stepped in the last minute on a number of occasions, which we like to think is very much in the spirit of this event. Again this year they stepped in to organise lunch at Wells. Thank you. And the participant's choice is number 2, Bill Webb. Dressed for the occasion, Mike Needham would have been very pleased. £1,100 so far. Certainly we're confident of somewhere in the region of 13 plus whatever Jerry and his lads and lasses have gathered today and at Lyme and on the way up.
I'm pleased to say that we're opening and planning to open a second centre, and which will be based in Yeovil later this year. That is very encouraging news for all those people who are involved with caring for head injured and the head injured themselves. And none of this would have been possible if we hadn't had the support that we've had from the Westland Motorcycle Classic Club over the past 10 years. And for that I thank you very much, and I hope that our friendship will continue. Thank you very much.
Having come to some of these rallies a long while ago now, I looked at places that had their own classic motorcycle club and thought, why doesn't Taunton? Wrote a letter to our local paper, set up a meet, and was absolutely gobsmacked when 50-odd people turned up. From then we've gone from strength to strength, and it's great. I can't say any more than that.
I've enjoyed obviously the weather and just the sight of so many glorious bikes, and perhaps just as important, the sound of them. I love it. Plus, of course, making all that money for Headway. That's the most important thing.
It's Triumph Model H from 1923 today.
We've seen you a couple of times by the side of the road. Presumably you've been adjusting the belt.
Yes, yeah, it's a new belt on yesterday and it's stretched through the day, so I've had to shorten it as we've gone along.
But you've got here.
It's been okay since Wells, yeah.
And are you riding at home?
Pass, probably not.
Probably not, because I think Sylvia's been supporting the club today by bringing the trailer.
Yep.
Is this the club trailer or the personal trailer?
The personal trailer.
The personal trailer.
Yeah.
Supporting the club by making sure there is a trailer.
Absolutely. Yeah, I said I would if they were desperate, and they would have to be desperate.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you ever so much. Thank you.
Thank you, the Taunton Classic Motorcycle Club, for a fine turnout of machines on the day and for entering into the spirit of things with the pre-war machines and their owners dressed accordingly.